Manic Noize.
Hello, welcome to episode 11 of the Manic Noize podcast. I recorded this episode when I was on holidays in Cairns. I did a show with guilt-free comedy at the Jack in Cairns, and it was honestly one of the most fun shows I've had in years. The crowd was awesome, and what was really cool to find out is these guys started the comedy scene in Cairns a year ago because there was nothing. And that really spoke to me because my band had the same issue. There was no metal scene, so we had to start our own. And within the space of a year, they've got some really good performers, and the gig itself was fucking awesome. So I wanted to sit down with these lads and find out more about it. And we just had a chat, got to know each other, found out a startling revelation about Cher's song Believe. Yep, the truth is out there and we found it. We also got into a bunch of stories from my life about having a nervous breakdown and being involved in a murder trial as a witness, all these sort of crazy stories. And we definitely went off the rails, as you'd expect. So enjoy this chat with Shad Wicka and Richo from Guilt-Free Comedy in far north Queensland.
Podcast initiation complete. Warning. This episode may cause brain damage. Manic Noize.
Oh, hello. Welcome to the show. I'm in fucking sunny Cairns with Shad Wicka.
Oh! I knew it was going to happen, and I was like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to see if Richo will bring it up. But then the Cher comment made him not do it.
Chad Wicker and Cher. We've got the two of them here.
Not
so
Shad. Back on
Chad.
It did. It's
Shad.
SH.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah. Right.
I'm fucking with both of you. Chad Wicker and Cher.
What a jerk.
I knew you'd have one of those
I don't
things.
want to be here anymore.
Oh, yes. I love this kind already.
Yeah, see? Fucked you both off the start.
You threw me.
That's how we go. How's it going?
Yeah, good.
How the fuck do you live in this humidity?
I came here from Darwin, so...
Okay. That explains the disorder. What about you? How do you do it?
Yeah, I don't know. Struggling.
Richo gets boils.
I'm a fat tubby man. Yeah, I do get boils.
Boils? Are they called herpes? Is that...
Maybe. If they're on
Depends
the
what
ones
they
on
are,
my the ones on my dick.
Oh,
the ones
shit.
on my dick.
Fuck, I've got it now too. I just sat down on your
You
toilet.
did. You did. Oh, you got it when you walked in the door.
Oh, good.
It's in there.
It's on the handle.
It's in the air. Yeah.
Wait, if it's on the handle, how are you opening the door?
With my dick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It can pick locks.
You're just not utilising yours, Shad.
Yeah.
It's
All
the best
right.
ability.
Cher and Chad.
Yeah,
I know
we
you
go.
like to be called that. I mean, Shad and Richo, I'll do it right.
Oh, you have no idea. I'll tell you later. You have no idea what those words did physically to that man.
Yeah, I bet he hates it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not a hard thing to realise. This is the thing. See, a stranger can walk in our lives and know that that's
I just
the thing.
can't believe you tried to fuck it up and go, call him Cher.
Yeah.
And you got Chad.
Yeah.
I think he had us from the get-go.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Everyone with a short name hates to be called anything but the short name. I get it. All right. I found something on the World Wide Web of retards. Fuck, and I can't find it now because I'm too busy trying to remember if it's Shad or Chad.
Why are you logged into the dark web, man?
I'm just buying some heroin. That's all. Just for touring comics when they come to Perth.
That's how you sign the big
You're
names.
well, you know.
All right.
Know the tricks.
So this is a lady I found. Quite an interesting character.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a relationship with a bridge.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, and I think you'll be fascinated by the whole thing.
She's Pommier.
No, I think she's American.
I am a woman,
Oh, yeah?
and this is a bridge.
I didn't assume that straight away just in case.
And despite our vast differences, we are very much
She's
Good
in
looking
love.
bridge.
Yeah, it is a good looking bridge.
That is a pretty good looking bridge.
It's no Harbour Bridge, but you know.
How good is it that she's carrying around a piece of the bridge? Like from when
How
they
is she
fixed it?
allowed that piece of bridge?
They must have had a bridge auction. She just bought.
Is she hugging it now because other people walked past and looked at it?
Oh,
Like, okay, guys, back up.
It's got
Do
to
they
be.
have bridge auctions?
And our love in itself is no different from any other love that exists between two beings. One of the most difficult parts of being in love with a public object is that he and I can never be truly intimate. Whereas objects I've loved in the past, that's never been an issue.
Oh, she's naked on
nude
it.
photo
She's
shoot.
naked on it.
Yeah, she loves it.
She stole... the cops should be on the spits, man.
Yeah, she's molesting a public structure.
Oh, my God.
I feel very, very blessed to have a piece of my sweet Golden Gate Bridge. And I just hope that when I make love with this piece of him...
How?
How does she...
She's one of them bitches.
Hang on a second, guys. She just assumed the bridge's gender.
Yeah,
and
I've got more to add on
I don't
that.
know if I can be a part of this.
It's very rude. But
And she threw in our face that she was a woman at the start.
how dare she?
that he can sense and feel how much I really, really love him. Because I am in love with the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. And the Golden Gate Bridge is very much in love with me.
Wow.
So she's a bit of a tart, this one. She's not only in love with the Golden Gate Bridge, but she's also in a relationship with the Eiffel Tower.
Wow.
Well, you know, different area codes is the rule.
That's actually...
I think she's in the
She looks
clear.
like she likes tarts, but that would be called a hoe. Yeah.
There you go. You can take your little shitty headphones off now.
You said he got the bad ones. He's like airplane ones.
Yeah,
I don't know,
dude.
I think I've fallen in love with mine.
Yeah, good.
I
They're
still want a picture of them.
bright pink.
Yeah.
Only the best for this show.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys have been running guilt-free comedy in Cairns for about a year.
Yeah.
And
Almost spot on a year, actually.
so I know you were talking before, you said
A year and change.
you'd done some stand-up in Darwin.
Yeah.
And then when you got to Cairns, you're like, fuck, there is no stand-up.
Yeah, so that was 2.5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Bit over that when I moved here from Darwin. I actually started doing some form of comedy in Sydney, but I didn't really want to get up and tell the jokes. I just did like emceeing, but it was like
Oh, right.
formal. My mate was like the sidekick that was the actual comedian. And then, yeah, I got cornered by some people from Top End Comedy that's huge in Darwin. And they convinced me to get up and have a crack on stage. And then it was like, cool.
Well, they had you in a
let's keep doing
corner.
it. They did corner me. They literally did corner me.
They put Baby in the corner.
Well, they did.
It's a
Yeah,
Dirty Dancing
actually,
reference.
you're right. And then I did this. I danced my
They
way
put
down to the
Baby in-
stage.
The corner? Is that off Dirty Dancing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was off that other one. With the
With the baby in the corner.
nah, the dude that lives with his mum and is never let out, and then he takes a cat and becomes a...
Oh, that's Bad Boy
Bad
Bubby.
Boy Bubby,
Very
yeah.
different film.
Sorry.
Yeah, one's about fucking your mum, and the other one's about dancing.
Yeah. It was a quote. It was a quote. Why do I feel like that gets said in Bad Boy Bubby?
Fuck knows. Don't put Bubby in the corner.
That's... I think I said something like that.
And when you have a baby, that's where you send them when they're in trouble. The fucking naughty corner. It all adds up. So if you have a baby and you ever send them to the naughty corner, you're responsible if they fuck their mum, in my opinion.
Or their
become a
mum
really good
fucks them,
dancer.
and then to protect the cat's life out in the real world, I'm going to cling wrap it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that
So, yeah, so we
movie.
started.
guilt-free
There was no
comedy.
comedy here. Yeah, there was nothing here.
There was nothing like what we got going.
Yeah, because, yeah, that's right. There was something because apparently Richo was doing something.
You cunt.
But no, I did improv comedy at a dinner theatre show here and met a guy called Peter James, young bloke, and then we just started doing sets in between the interval.
Yep.
His name's Peter James Youngbloke.
Yeah, young bloke.
That's a good name.
That's a good name.
That's a good stage name.
It's a bit
Yeah,
shit.
it's a really good
but
stage
it's
name.
stupid,
But it'll
though.
only last for so
That's
long.
what I'm saying. It's got
reckon-
an expiration date on that. You got grey
I wish
hairs.
I'd chosen
Young-
Gary Goodcunt as my name.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I wonder how many places are going to book you on the headline. Bill.
As many as book me now. Will not change.
Yeah, we started at a pub though, and it just so happened by chance across the road at another pub, Richo and Jasper were doing an open
We're
mic room as
already doing an open mic. I'll tell you what happened.
We weren't doing a good job of finding comedians then.
He was showing up. So
Yeah, that's what he's saying. You weren't doing a good job. That's why he was there.
So Jash was a mate. That was and he's the reason I'm doing it. He said one day, he's like, start writing jokes because we're going to start going down to open mics. I was like, you're fucking insane. And growing up with him, like he's the kind of guy that you wouldn't expect to go down that avenue, I guess.
He's a pretty boy.
He's pretty special. He's just got, Anyway, but so we started, like the first open mic I did, we went down to, what do you call it? The bar where we ended up starting, sat there, we're going to get up and we didn't. And I was like, oh man.
12 Bar Blue.
Just sat there, 12 Bar Blue.
What, you chickened out?
Big time. And then I did, he was just like, scope it out. Then, the first time I got up, I went down to see Ari Shafir with a mushrooms tour in Sydney and got up at this room in front of 6 people.
Oh, that's a good way to start, to build your confidence.
That good.
And probably all comics as well.
There was more comics. There's more comics. 6 people that were audience. Like 8 comics at the back.
Yeah.
And it was just, they weren't friendly. There's a dude I seen that's going to be at Fringe. I seen him there. He did not have a good set. I got up and just did it was hacky shit, man. It was hacky shit.
You know, the funny thing is when the comics laugh is when you're bombing. So,
really?
In Perth anyway, like when you... if I hear the comics laugh, it's because something hasn't worked, and they're either laughing at the recovery from that or just laughing at me.
Actually, I'd understand that.
It's
not.
You can play to the back of the room.
Here. I think that's the case.
More people
it's
enjoy
not.
a good set here.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
I get a better feedback. Long story short, did Ari Shafir, come back, and then we started doing we just started going down for the music open mic. And then
it's like you just wanted to
so
be
bad. It's so bad. It was so bad.
I just want to be able to look at him.
Oh, I just hate the idea. When he was telling me about this, I was like, I hate the idea of having to get up after music. Like they've been sitting there getting blind, listening to music, and they've just been hearing the best pub rock songs, top 100.
Nah.
And then
somebody killing Paul Kelly.
Yeah, something like that. But they're still I know the words, so even though they're singing
comedy.
shit, I'll enjoy it because I'm at a pub. And then it's like, okay, now that music that you didn't really have to listen to is here, here's a guy to tell some jokes.
Check out what this fuckhead
Stop your
thinks about
conversations,
things.
guys.
Yeah.
Stop everything you're talking about.
Best thing about it was 8 people in a very small space. Set at separate tables. So
That's funny.
it was bad. It was you'd go up there and just eat plates of dick.
Yeah.
And then wonder why we'd go back again. Like it was insane.
I've considered suicide before.
We hadn't met
after
Shad.
a gig.
What do you reckon? At a gig?
I've considered it after a gig.
Was that bad?
Yeah.
Shit.
I think that's the definition of getting older. Like suicide just creeps slowly up.
Well, because it's
the
less
ways.
of a big deal because it's
Just
closer.
like-
Yeah.
not closer.
Yeah, so
More, it's just,
you're not
this-
signing a 24-month contract.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
only a
like,
12.
I can understand that. The closer you get to your natural death, suicide wouldn't seem that intense.
It's more of a like.
Why not?
It's more of a like. I'll,
103.
it's more of a like. I'll say when. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to die of a heroin overdose after I release a grunge album,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
that
yeah.
my kids are sorted. Because that's
The
how
same,
you
same experience.
that's the formula. That's how
Yeah.
they're going to have money. Is if I do a seminal grunge album
Yep.
and then die.
That's true.
So
At
that's
the,
my
age
So
of,
plan.
at the
artistic.
age of 27, is it?
I'm 31, so are we good to go back in time and die?
Let's do it.
But
Let's do it. I've seen it on TV.
I've seen it too.
Even back in the West.
It changes
I think
everything.
they went back to the West.
It's very scary.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
that's
yeah,
interesting, man,
we didn't know-
'cause-
Shad didn't know us. We threw our. Sorry to be. I'm dragging this out. We threw our April Fools something. Got in contact with some comics down in Townsville. Threw a night. Everybody came. They thought like, oh, what the fuck's this? It was a good night. Packed it out. Had old ladies sitting down at the front, about like a foot from the stage. It was pretty. It probably wasn't the best thing to do after a month of open mics, and not doing well at all. And then, Shaddy.
Or the best thing to do, because then it's like you've jumped in then.
It's fucked. Like, why would you want to go back to that pain though?
You don't, but you do.
It's fucked
That's
up.
because you tasted that sweet first laugh.
You've just got to.
And then you'll chase the dragon.
Shaddy, we hadn't met Shad, but he knew a couple of other guys. This is my perspective anyway.
It's all right.
And
We'll do a second podcast and we'll do mine.
The
so
truth.
we're all out of time.
I'm writing
We're
a
all
book.
out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Shaddy started one up at McGinney's across the street, and it was good.
We had a gang war.
We did.
And he
Oh,
died,
shit.
and then shortly after we decided
Good.
to unify.
I'm glad.
And now then we went to a cafe.
Oh no, okay. So Shad rang
We
me.
could do this real quick.
Shad rang me, said, "Hey, you know how we did it at Edo's for that fundraiser? Let's get it." And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And yeah.
That was a good story,
That
man.
was so bad.
Yeah.
I like the story, but that last bit.
Last bit
that
kind
was-
of wrapped up quick.
It was very simple.
We went to a cafe and said we'll do the gig there. The only way to get a bar license was to donate the bar to charity, and we're like, that's easy because then we're off the hook if the comedy's bad because it's a charity show.
Yeah.
So you should be kind about it.
Shad likes the segues, hence the name Guilt-Free Comedy.
Yeah, and then guilt-free comedy. And also I was thinking of that episode of Extras when Ricky goes to the theatre show and that guy's like, guilt-free cock, yumma, yumma, yumma. And every time we say guilt-free comedy, that always pops into my head and I giggle.
What happens if someone tells Nazi jokes? Are they in fact
done.
guilty then? And
Well, no,
kicked
because it's
out?
for charity.
But you're saying guilt-free. They're breaking the rules.
How?
Sure.
How are they bringing the rules?
They're inducing guilt.
Inducing guilt.
No, because then you laugh
I'm a
about
social
it.
justice
Don't you need
warrior
a-
right
don't you
now.
need a-
But then you
Needle
laugh
for that?
about it and then that relieves any guilt.
Not
No.
to people who have a blog,
guilt-
it doesn't.
Yeah, but they can just fuck
Guilt's
off.
not
I know. But it's always that fuckhead that's got a blog with 3 people that view it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they've got to write
With the hairy
algorithm.
armpits living in their inner city Melbourne apartment. Someone needs to be outraged.
She sounds
I
lovely.
should
Do you have her number? My type of girl. Retarded. Yeah, that's cool, man. I
Yeah.
like that because we, like I was saying to you before, my old band, we had to do the same thing. It was either play 4 hours of covers or don't play. So we wrote 45 minutes of our songs and then kept writing more and adding more in and then just doing what we had to get to play.
Yeah.
10,000
Driving 700 Ks for a gig.
The old 10,000 hours story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Put in the work.
But you just, if you, it's like that fucking field of dreams. If you book them, they will come.
Yeah. It's funny.
Oh, man. Small sport movie references. Jesus Christ.
It's funny that though, like, I don't know. I love the thing though with stand up is that when you go to a show, you're not going to see, like, it's good because you can't do covers.
Yeah.
You know?
We could.
You could, but Jesus.
And,
Why?
and you can't,
Carlos Men Steelers.
yeah. I don't know where I was going with that.
Sorry, I know. I'm fucking bad at that.
No, yeah. Who knows?
Oh, look, he's nearly lost it. I'm going to say something and just make
Oh, I
him
had something
completely
good
lose it.
there. I was going to change your
I
life.
know,
Fuck,
I
now
know,
we're fucked.
I know. That's called self-sabotage.
Yeah,
I could see a light bulb glowing. I'm like, oh, I've got to break it.
I could sense an evil in you and I didn't want to give you my psychic information.
There's a couple of people I talk to now. They're like, "You're a nice guy." I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't know me before I was 25. I'm just, I'm making up for that."
Yeah, well, I was a fuckwit at that age too. I'd hate myself if I met myself.
I would stab myself in the face,
Especially when I was
multiple
a
times.
born-again Christian as a teenager.
No, I
That
remember you
little
saying
cunt.
that last night on
That's
stage.
great.
Did you have
That's
your
so good.
virginity lost to get it back then?
Oh, re-virginized? Yeah. No,
did?
I was a virgin
Then
when I was,
reborn.
up until I was like 19 because
Yeah.
of Jesus.
So you were a reborn.
He just
again.
wanted me to not get
Hang
pussy.
on. So you're a reborn again Christian before you lost your virginity.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you do so bad to have to be born again?
Heroin for sure.
Oh, it's like, like the Buddha says, I must have molested someone in a former life
Yeah,
and
right.
have to do it again. I promise not to do it in this
The whole
life.
concept of that is so weird. So you can just become born again. So why not just fuck around until the very end and become born again?
Because the Bible is supposed to live in a life that would honor Jesus.
But if you can just
The Bible.
clean the
is-
slate by getting,
But
having a
that's
bath.
that's not the right thing to do.
What's your
The right
Yeah,
thing
but
to do
either
is
way,
try
you're
not
still
to
through.
sin.
No.
I'm going to convince you to be a Christian.
The right thing to do though.
The right thing to do
By who?
by the Bible, which
Yeah.
is fact. The
Yeah,
earth
of
is
course.
10,000 years old and Noah was alive for about 950.
Oh man, I can't even see.
Grandma dies at 80, but Noah,
Yeah. Jeez, you'd be sick of it.
fucking load of shit.
Especially back then.
I knew it was bullshit.
Like if it was 650 years back then, there was no iPhones, there was no TV. It wasn't even theatre.
He only got to spend 40 days on that boat.
Yeah.
40 days and 40 nights, sorry.
That would have been, you know what? For a
Would've been
650-year-old, he wouldn't even bring that up at a party.
No.
It was 80 days of my 650-year-old life. That's not a fucking story.
I'll tell you about this time I went to fucking Africa for 3 years.
He's like,
I'll
I went
tell
over
you
there for
about
3 years.
that,
It'd be the threesome
that
with his
boat
daughter
ride.
story that'd go down well. I fucked my 3 daughters. Because that's what it was back then. It was just fucking incest and weird shit. But man, they sell you that shit really well.
It was,
But now I'm so anti-religion now because I've seen too much behind the curtain.
Yeah, but you can't swing either way, man. Religion was created to control the masses. That's all that was. It was like cavemen. Oh, bigger people are just taking what they want. How do we stop someone from doing that? Oh, make them think if you do this wrong, you'll burn. You'll actually what hurts? Yeah, tell them that and tell them for a long time.
Yep.
And that'll stop them from doing it.
Well, I know people that are Muslim. I know people that are Christian. They get value out of it, but it doesn't come up against logic.
Oh, look,
the Earth's not 10,000 years old.
This is my stand on it.
We evolved.
If you're a better, if you're a better person,
that age part though.
No, but if you're a better person,
Really?
if you're
You'd
a
be surprised.
better person every day for it, just having that belief.
Then go for it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, don't let anybody
can
stand
believe
in your
whatever
way.
the hell you
I'm
want,
not
as long as
even
you're not a
angry at
dick.
them. I'm not even
Jim
angry
Jeffrey
at them.
said it best. Just don't be a cunt.
Yeah.
But I'm not even angry at them for trying to sell it because if
it brings
it's
them
made
joy.
that much of a change for them that they're willing to go like this is the best thing that ever happened to me.
Like Mormons.
Try it.
They
Just
love it.
try
I love it.
I'll tell you
And
though.
they're really nice.
They are too.
People
They
get
get
doors
so
slammed in their
much
face.
shit,
Yeah, they write
man.
good
They're quite
musicals.
nice.
The funny thing is the other side of that coin though, because where you're like, for me, right? I was speaking in tongues and falling on the floor and like that brand of crazy.
As in what? Before you were born again?
Oh, what was
No,
that?
after I converted to.
So what was in your mind when you did that?
Did you have one
I
of them?
was
Do you think it
doing
was
this.
legit?
It sounds exactly the same now. And either I'm still
You're
communicating to a God I don't believe exists
Or
in a
selling
private
Turkish.
language, or just,
selling Turkish sausage. That's what that
yeah,
sounded
they
like.
could. I hope so. Selling
That sounded
shitty Australian sausage.
that sounded like a deli in Turkey. That's what that was.
But yeah, I was right into that shit, man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. What do you mean into it though? Like, did
My
someone
dad-
bring that out of you? Or was
Nah,
that?
I went through some shit. My dad nearly died.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Had depression, all that sort of stuff, and
Yeah.
I needed something.
An outlet.
And
yeah.
I went to a religious school. All my friends went to the youth group.
healthier,
Yeah.
than, healthier than drugs.
Fuck no.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Would have been better off smoking bongs all that time.
Yeah.
Like you pray for forgiveness after jerking off.
Yeah,
Try
see,
that one.
That's cool.
Because you do something and then you think, oh fuck, I'm going to go to hell. So then that's it fucks with you, man, long term. Like,
It's after come guilt every time though. That's what that breeds.
yeah, it's not good.
You know what's interesting though?
I'm not trying to
like,
sell it to
I've
you, man.
never had it. I've always been happy.
So, like Christianity's there's the one at the top. Like all of them, generally, their golden rule is there's a boss. There's a boss
There's
level.
a trinity.
Yeah. Oh, there's a trinity.
yeah,
Yeah.
because he's here.
The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Okay, cool. But
Oh,
the father's
it's a
the boss.
pyramid scheme.
They're
God's
all
the
one.
boss,
They're
isn't
all
it,
one
in
and the
most of
same.
them?
Yeah, because aren't they
There's
one?
one boss.
No, 'cause
Well, the
one's
only
his son.
unforgivable sin is blasphemy against the Holy Spirit.
Oh, so you can say the gold one as much as you want. If you say, "Damn you, Holy
Oh.
Spirit,"
Well, you're not supposed to say it.
I'm
Right.
Protestant, so I'm going to say Holy
You're gonna,
Ghost.
you guys are gonna get there. We'll be speaking in tongues, praying
But
for each
no,
other.
Yeah. My only thing is like because all of
I'll buy
those ones are
some
one
sausage.
person. It's like this one person's the best. What
yeah.
about like Scientology's like you're full of things. You're just full of ghosts. Is that right?
Yeah, that was tipped into the volcanoes
Lava
of
ghosts.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Alien souls.
But that's only when you learn that. So what are you believing before you get to that level of level up that you can hear that story
They
legit?
prey on the weak.
So do those
Fuck
people,
yeah, they
what do they
do.
believe
No,
in those
no.
people? Because I've watched the Dianetics video because I make it a point when I go past the Scientology, this is true, I go in
It's
and talk to them.
fantastic.
And like
I've
they
done
give me
that
the
too.
quiz and they sit you
Yeah.
down and the chair that you sit in, the one in Sydney, is like it curves around you. So like the speakers are on either side of you and behind your head. And then the TV screen is dead set like half a meter in front of you. So it's like this little nook. And then just asking things like it's like infomercial. The ads just like, does your feet hurt after walking for ages? Yeah, it does. Do you breathe? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Does your chest expand when you breathe?
Do you sometimes forget that you're
It's
breathing?
great.
When you look down, do you see
But you know
feet?
what? Years after because my mate killed his missus. She wanted to die. Took her life for her. Now he's in prison, right? I had to turn him in. I had a nervous breakdown.
Jesus. Hang on. Can we go through that just quickly, if you don't mind, or is that still a bit sensitive?
No. I'll talk about it on stage.
What do you mean?
Have you spoken about it on this podcast before? Because the way you so quickly went through the details
I've taken that. So I had to memorize 45 pages of murder confession. It's like burnt into my brain. Yeah. My guy that used to play an instrument. I'm not going to give away too many details.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say keyboard.
One of my best mates. Yeah, go with that.
So you can't trust them.
Yeah,
Nailed
you
it.
can't. Yeah.
Just keyboard player.
No, his missus wanted to die.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Had mental health issues for years. They were living in isolation, took a bunch of acid.
Yeah.
And she talked, and she'd begged exes to kill her, like family members. She was fucked up. She needed to go to the psych ward. And asked him to do it, and he did it. And then he told like 6 people. And
did it as in like, okay, sorry, man. See, I get hooked up.
I'm not going to go into that detail.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air.
It's not that I'm fucking twisted.
No,
it's not that I'm twisted, but I'm hung up. Because
Yeah.
Let's also hold on to the fact that he did say, I've got it in a set.
Yeah, but there's some
I've done it on
details I
stage.
just don't go into.
I'm just like, what's the funny part?
Yeah. Well, this
Hey,
is when
there's
it gets
always-
to the funny part.
You've got to
good,
find
here we go.
sorrow.
The nervous breakdown.
Okay, yeah.
But that's on your behalf.
Me, yeah. Because I had to turn one of my best mates in. Like, he told
Yeah,
6
yeah.
people in Rocky where it happened and then told me. And none of those cunts did anything about it. And I knew that he's one of... If I had to rank the fucking list of people I know and who would kill someone, he'd be on the other end of the list.
Yeah, right.
He
Do you think
he
you did
didn't-
the right thing to do? Did you think you did the right thing?
No, well, no. They should have gone and got psychiatric help.
Oh, you don't think? I was asking you. Do you think you did the right thing?
Yeah, and of course.
Yeah.
Even he said that. You can't do that and not...
It would have killed him over time, bro.
The day he got arrested, he was going to kill himself. So if I hadn't have done it, I'd say I saved his life. But, obviously he's now in prison. But yeah, like that's a fucking heavy story, and I talk about it on stage. And if it goes, if I mention like some of those details I didn't mention there, if one of them slips out,
Oh, yeah.
because I've had to tell this in police statements, I've had to write it down, I've had to memorize the conversation, I had to explain what a sick cunt meant on the stand.
Oh, it means.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
If you've ever heard, oh, it's fucking sick, eh? That's what it means.
yeah, but you're talking to lawyers in wigs,
Yeah.
so I had to explain because I said you are.
My missus,
Can you
my missus,
define sick cunt for me, sir?
It's exactly how it went.
my missus spent a little bit of time in
The
courtrooms,
Crown would like
Yeah.
to know.
and she had anyway back in where I was from.
Yeah. Yeah, but he goes, did you write to the gentleman that you are a sick cunt? Like as if I was calling him sick and twisted. And then I had to explain.
Oh, I took it a different
No.
way when you said that. I thought as in if he was sick, are you sick, cunt?
Oh, there's so many different ways it could have been.
No, like you're a
What is
fully
it,
sick
text?
cunt.
No, that's how you meant it.
But he means
And
you
then
go cold. Is that what you
He
mean?
interpreted it as you're a sick cunt, but when you said it, I interpreted it as are you sick, cunt? As in, yeah.
Well, he was.
Grammar.
But yeah, going into the nut house is weird. Like your life's falling apart and you're just surrounded by scum. People
Yeah,
that are just
right.
there week to week to get their Centrelink payment, and then they just go to another hospital, say they're going to kill themselves. And
Right.
people stealing shit and going out getting high on crack, just all the time.
That's hectic.
And then you're trying to get better, but there was this guy that
It's
we
a
called
slippery slope, man.
called him Bruprek the Monkey Boy, and he would come up to me like 20 times a day and go, "Do you go surfing, man? Do you go surfing? Do you like surfing?" So, no, I don't go surfing. My eyesight's shit. I can't see the waves. I just got to get out on the Mal, mate. Get out on the Mal. Get on the Mal. Get out on the Mal. You love surfing. Go surfing. Just get on the Mal. Cool, dude. And then 5 minutes later, same conversation. Just completely cooked. And one night we went to get a drink of water, and he was on top of a table like this. There was like a 70% finished puzzle. so he went.
I like where this is going.
So he went and got he went and got condiments and shit, and like made rivers and mountain ranges with the coffee, and then sugar was like icy snowy peaks, and then he got the milk and poured it all over it like to make rivers, and then he got up on top of the fucking table and was just dancing, swishing it around.
I love it because I have no idea where you... I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Like he was going to shit on there or something.
Oh, yeah, he was there, like, doing star shits on it or something. Yeah, naked. That's what I thought you
That's
were...
entirely possible in that place.
70% down in the...
If it was a multi-choice and there was two,
Well-
I'd still would have picked...
Can you pop that for me?
Yeah,
mate?
brother.
My room was
still
flooded
cold?
with sewage. And they fucking... So they moved. I said, can I move to another room? Like, I can't sleep in there. It's literally got shit in the carpet. So they moved me to another room. I'm like, fuck, that was the only easy thing I've ever gone through here. Like, it was so easy to move rooms. Take my shoes off and walk around the bed, and it's wet.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And the whole around the bed, it was just soaked in piss. Because there was this guy that we called Seabiscuit that was in a Zimmer frame. And he looked like he was about 31. And they told us he just took one bad pill.
What's a Zimmer frame?
The little old lady walking frame.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, right.
He just, and it would take him half an hour to get up the hallway. So we named him after a racehorse. And, but,
Far lap. I would have called him
fucking-
far lap.
you got to do this shit in there. You got to make up
I was
fucking...
going to say, because, like, is the way to stop you from having a breakdown is to push you into breakdown places again so that you can just get over it.
Well, with me, it was like...
It's like that.
That's-
Every one of those
yeah.
things is like...
Yeah.
Cool. It's called
I thought I came here to get
conditioning.
away from them.
It's called
So-
conditioning. That's
yeah,
what
this
that
cunt
is.
used to just lean to the left or right and just piss on the floor in the middle of the night. And they'd say to us,
Can't say I haven't not been there.
yeah, you don't want to sleep in someone else's piss, especially
No.
his.
I'm being him, though.
But
I
they
mean,
would tell us, if Malcolm asks you for a smoke, don't give it to him. He doesn't smoke.
Oh.
But he'd just see you smoking and say, can I have a smoke? You're like, you don't smoke, but it's Malcolm. Oh, yes, I do. Like, just fucked. Like, magic mushrooms were growing at the fucking door.
Oh, what?
And I didn't eat them because is there any worse place to be on magic mushrooms?
Yeah.
No, maybe that is the best place to be.
No.
No.
Maybe to go... Yeah, that is. Walking the fucking... What do you call it? Halls of hell, that would be.
Well, they took me off my medication
Oh, that might have been worse.
all at once. And every time...
yeah, because that's healthy.
Well, one time they did that because I've been in there three or four different times. One time they took me off everything at once and I lost about 18 kilos in 3 weeks.
Shit.
And just from vomiting and shitting. And he goes, oh, this is like coming off heroin. I was like, well, why didn't you wean me off it, you fuckhead?
Yeah.
But the first time they took me off all the meds, I had psychosis for a couple of days. And every time I saw a reflection, I saw my dad looking back at me.
Oh.
And then I'd look up and it'd be my dad in a mirror. And the joke I do on stage is like, if you've ever jerked off and you see your dad looking at you and you're not sure, because I thought I was my own dad. That makes no sense. But they're bringing up childhood issues and shit. Like, oh, your mate's killed someone. You need to deal with that, do you? Tell us about your childhood. And then I've had some some horrendous shit go on. And it's like,
Was it just reopened the other hatch?
oh, it opened like 70% of what I'd been. So
Yeah.
they just crush you. It's like the military. And then, one chick, they went out and fucked one night. They used to fuck in the bed opposite me just to sheet in between us. And this chick and this other dude, the dude was 60 days sober off piss, but doing meth, you know. Well done, son.
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Well, at least he's not drinking.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to know, isn't it?
You've got to celebrate the fucking wins.
You
all
do,
right?
that's right. Words of wisdom from Cher, a.k.a. Richo. But
Aim
they-
for achievable goals is all I'm saying.
they went to fuck out by the duck pond, which is outside the grounds where you could smoke or whatever.
Sounds like a deadly place. Just
It's
Right.
interesting. It's good
If
for
the-
material. If I didn't do stand up, it would be a horrible memory.
isn't this what we share? Isn't this what you kind of share or you see with comedians is they deal with pain through
Confronting it,
that
not only confronting it, but making it funny.
that by having to make it funny.
Yeah.
I think that's where
It's part of the challenge.
or it's part of the like it's like not therapy. Well, I'd say it's part of the process. I think
Yeah.
like that's how I have to deal with shit.
Well, my band, right, our last gig was to about 1,200. Oh no, yeah, 1,200 people. We did quite well. We're on MTV and on the radio and all that sort of stuff.
Do they even
And
play
then,
music on MTV anymore?
no,
I was joking.
no,
What's the name
they
of your
don't.
band?
This was
Just
years
'cause
ago.
I
I
haven't-
was Enlightened by Darkness. We're a metal band. So
Can't think of metal name.
no heavier than that.
Oh, like Lamb of God.
Yeah, so like that, but a lot more singing.
Okay.
Like
Right, not rock opera like
vocally, I used to do like Judas Priest or Queen.
yeah, but not
lots of
Bullet
falsettos.
for
And,
My Valentine or nothing.
not really, no.
Yeah.
Lots of death metal screams and shit.
Yeah, okay.
But I had that nervous breakdown. All that happened after that, and I never thought I'd get on stage again in a band.
All of that
At
happened
all.
after the
After
breakdown.
I was in the band, yeah.
Oh.
So I was starting doing more.
Yeah.
And then just fucking fell apart. I never thought I'd get on stage in a band again, let alone fucking stand up.
Yeah,
But the
or
day I got
talk
out of
to
the
other
hospital,
people, yeah.
I used to run out of fucking shopping centres.
Yeah, anxiety.
But the day I got out of hospital, I went and saw Steve Hughes.
yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, you know what? I want to prove to myself that I'm not fucked in the head. And I've always, been...
Accept and manage the fucked up in the head.
Well, I just said, I want to do stand-up. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, that's it. It's an outlet,
Just
man.
to fuck...
Coping mechanism.
Well, no, it was just to prove to myself that I wasn't fucked in the head, really.
See, I'm fucking the opposite. Like, I know I'm fucked in the head, but I'm honest about it, and it's like...
No, I mean, like, I couldn't function. So it was like me beating it was being able
right.
to do stand-up.
Yeah, okay, cool.
It was it fucked up my whole
That was
life.
like you going, if I can do that...
Yeah, then I know I'm...
Yeah.
Like, I was addicted to fucking benzodiazepines and all sorts of shit, and they'd give me, like, 4 times what I needed by 4 times the dose.
I
Like,
usually take 4 times than what normal people need. Nah, I've definitely gone through my bout of substance abuse, man. Everything. Except heroin, I'm saving that for my 50s, I think.
I'd go a bit later. I'm going to trip balls in a nursing home, for sure.
In what nursing home? Oh,
Fuck yeah.
yes, man.
What else are you going to do?
Face melt acid and walk down the hallway all day. That's what I'll be doing.
Yeah. Well, don't
And
they
fucking,
like...
and
Yeah, don't they just root eggs?
fucking,
Yeah, a lot of STDs in nursing
Imagine
homes.
being like going in there,
Yeah, old old bags.
going in there on Christmas and shit. Walk in, there's just a 7 fucking gang. What the fuck, mum?
I'd just be jealous. I'm from Rocky, man.
Yeah.
I just want to fuck my mum myself.
Why are you living
Hope
in
you're
Perth?
listening, mum.
Don't put baby Bubba in the corner.
Because I did bad boy Bubby in the corner. Because I did work experience with a promoter called Soundworks Touring over in Perth a bunch of times.
Let's go with them off you, bro.
Yeah, dude. And when I went to Europe in 2008 to all these music festivals, I met a bunch of cool cunts that were from Perth. And then I broke up with my missus, who turned into a crackhead. And then I was like,
The life.
I'm going to go to Perth. And then I always wanted to do stand-up, but that didn't exist. And I was so wrapped up in the band.
Yeah.
Where were you in Rocky?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
My apologies.
Can we take a call?
Yeah,
Wanna answer?
Callers, ring now. There is no phone number. Just try them all.
I'd answer that phone and be like, "Ayah, Anyway, it's a running joke.
Thanks.
Thanks, yeah. Joke's the best when you have to
Very
explain
Yeah,
it.
relatable.
so
Very relatable. Very relatable.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So when was this born again? When that happened? So give me a timeline. Sorry, give me a timeline. This is a lot of
sort of
shit. And how old are you? 31.
Yeah, like 15.
15 was born
15
again.
through to about...
Did something happen
19.
before you decided to be born? Was there
I
a
was just
big
surrounded
event?
by it all day.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I felt like
Influence,
I hated
influence.
myself.
Yeah.
So, and then they tell at the start, it's all like, Jesus loves you for who you are. It's all going to be okay.
Like you said before, they prey on the weak, man. That's
But
what it
then
is. There's
just
only a
shit
couple of
like
different-
intolerance
yeah.
towards gay people. There's fucking just pieces of shit. Like, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. Just be happy. As long as you're not hurting anybody.
I don't know.
That's the point
know
that you
about-
said earlier in the podcast.
I don't know if we should let
And
him
now you're like, I don't know.
I don't know if we should let him get married.
Too late now.
No, I am upset. No. I am upset because my daughter came home singing Baba Rainbow Sheep. Because they're not allowed to say Baba Black Sheep.
That is a racist song, though.
Yeah, it's a racist song.
It's about a boy with some wool, man.
Nah.
No, it's not.
Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the dame, one
The
for
Master. It's a slave song.
You're implying that the boy's black.
Should I look it up?
You
Yes,
should not
please.
assume his
We're going to consult
race.
the
You're not going
internet.
to assume his race. Of course, some fucking short-haired 24-year-old New Yorker.
No, but they don't have to. They
Has
don't have to
blogged that
assume
it
it though,
was.
because the song has history. Like
Yeah.
it's from the 1700s or something. Isn't
Well,
it?
you know what?
It's like
when I got told it,
eeny,
I didn't
meeny-
picture a little black boy. I pictured
And
a little
that's
happy,
fine.
no
That's
face,
That's fine.
colourful
It's okay. We're not
That's
judging.
all right. You can sing it.
blob.
But
I didn't picture a person.
You can sing it as much.
You
I
can
want to
sing
hear
it.
you sing it
Is
now.
it just
Yeah.
because the word
Do you wanna
boy?
sing it?
Is
Sing
it just
it.
because the word boy
No,
and
it's not.
master is
No, it's the
used?
actual story behind
That's
the
the story
song.
behind
I'm
the
pretty
song. Yeah.
Okay. There's another
It's very
saying.
politically heated. I'm a bit afraid.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not, I love this. This is a discussion. This
I'm
is
taking
called,
the piss.
This is called a discussion. I love this shit.
But
So that's why I'm angry
Maybe it
because
isn't. I
now
can't
my
find
little
anything about it
girl
now.
was happy singing
All right,
Baba
there you go.
Rainbow Sheep, and now the gay's like, no, you can't have
You might
that.
be right.
that look, everyone's getting too sensitive.
It
When
is.
when I was
you know
in
that
school,
the
eeny,
gays
meeny-
have taken the fairy off fairy penguins. You think I'm joking?
What's wrong, sorry?
There used to be fairy penguins, and the gays were like, no,
Yeah, no, they're still called fairy penguins.
no, they're not.
Okay,
You
we're
can
going to
still look up
consult the
fairy
internet.
penguin.
Yeah, back to the internet.
Am I the Jamie in this Rogan podcast?
Are you,
Yeah,
not,
you
are, you, are you not allowed to
You're the
plug
producer.
Google? Because that's all. You're just like going, we're going to the internet.
Yeah, that's what I
the
call
whole
it.
of the internet.
I'm old school. We're consulting the
Arc
entire
Chiefs,
internet.
Arc Chiefs.
We've got an autistic operator. He's going to be able to do 10 hours of work in a minute.
And a mumbling cunt trying to fucking
Where
direct
do
a
fairy
search.
penguins live?
That's me.
Australia and New Zealand. Oh, but it is also referred to as the little penguin.
Pardon?
Oh.
Excuse me?
Also
why,
referred
why
to.
is it
Additional.
referred to as the little
But
penguin?
in Wikipedia, someone's actually changed its name to Little Penguin.
Excuse me? Did I...
Wikipedia, you've turned your back.
Oh, Shad. Wikipedia.
We owe an apology to all penguins and
I,
people upset by penguins.
Only
apologise
from
about
the
oppression I caused by calling you furry penguins
Yeah.
for this long.
Thank you. It's good to hear you remorse, and I wish you all the best.
Just know I don't mean it.
Okay, fair enough. Me either.
So the one,
No one
I'll just
usually does.
quickly, the day that religion was destroyed for me is when I was at Sunday school. Mum used to fucking flog us. She's proto, Northern Ireland. Very, it was heavy over there.
Yeah.
Very heavy religious. They're insane people. I'm full of convict blood. They probably shouldn't have been let in. Where was I going with that?
Don't know, man.
What were we talking about? The day that Sunday schools. That's where we were at.
I'm
All right,
lost
we'll
too.
work
I
our
don't
way back. I was at Sunday school. One of they're not nuns. I don't know what they were at Sunday school. But she come up and we were doing potato paintings. You cut like a square or something, and then
Yeah.
we were young, man. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Of Jesus? Were you doing it of Jesus?
No, I did it of a dinosaur, right? And she's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "That's a dinosaur." She's like, "Oh, damn, make believe." And I'm like, "Oh,
Sure.
religion ain't real." For the
Yeah,
last
right.
4 years, I've done study and done
How
projects
old were
on
you?
dinosaurs.
You're very
like
keen on science.
9 or something.
I
10?
fell for it when I was fucking in my late teens, man. You did better than me.
I think there's only a couple of different kinds of ways that you end up there, man. Something bad's really happened,
Yeah.
and that's been your
Or you've had a
That's
near-death
been your that.
experience. or
yeah.
so-
Because I've talked to a lot of people. It's either that or your brain fucked it since you're a kid. Like if you're a racist, there's only a couple of ways you're a racist.
You're built in.
You've been fucking programmed to hate color.
Because you're not born it.
Or there's another way. It's
No.
like I call it situational racism. I'm just going to put it out there.
Oh,
First time
pardon
I've
me.
said it on podcast.
The only experience you've had with those people.
People
is
has been bad. Yeah.
Mm.
It's like a copper. Every time he pulled over a black man, and he got shot at. Like you're gonna have like, oh, I'm gonna be a little bit careful every time I pull up a black man
Yeah.
because I've been
Just
shot
don't shoot
at.
them first.
No.
Is probably the.
What I'm saying is,
Underlying.
there's that type of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've heard it, like there was kids at school, like that just get touched up, man, by the Murray fellas back home, and like you just see it, you'd see it, like they just group it, like, oh, I hate black fellas now. It's like that was one dickhead. He
Yeah.
fights someone different every week, man,
Yeah.
and so do you fuckhead. Like, what are you talking about?
I
It's
used to
just,
get...
you know what I mean? Like, and I see
Yeah.
it with religion's the same because I've asked a heap of people, like, how did you get there? Because I don't understand how this works. I just try to figure out how people are navigating, I don't know, their brain.
I never really was. I went to a Catholic primary school when I was a kid.
You look
But
more
I
like a
hated
sheep,
it.
though. Like you'd just follow, wouldn't you?
Well, I never really got that into it because I went to a Catholic school, but I was Church of England baptized. So I wasn't allowed to sit in the chapel when they do their prayer.
Huh. Were you baptized as a child?
Yeah,
Doesn't
I was a
count.
baby
Not
or
in the
something.
Bible. Next.
Oh, really? I have
No.
to be an adult.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
You have to choose.
Excuse me?
Baptism is bullshit. That's just made by the church. That's not in the Bible.
What's your religion exactly?
yeah.
I'm an atheist.
Sorry,
but
no,
I was-
obviously, yeah. Sorry, what was your
Pentecostal?
Pentecostal?
Like Hillsong.
Oh, there's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Pe-
Oh, yeah, Hillsong.
Hillsong.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like
Hillsong.
Speaking in tongues.
Were you any good at rugby league?
No.
Hainsey
Yeah,
I'm
likes
good,
them.
good at
Hainsey, yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
Hainsey likes them.
You good at jiu-jitsu?
I'm a black belt in Aikido jiu-jitsu.
Shit.
What? Wow.
But that's why my back's fucked.
You roll? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't roll anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Mine was, I went to that and then I went to public school and then I just never really interacted with it again. But I get fascinated by the stories. So, like,
I love the
I find it
stories.
very interesting.
They're all drugs. They're
And some of the
drug-fueled stories.
around them as well.
They're drugs. They're like, that's what they
We
are.
didn't have any people doing that that barely drank.
No, I'm saying the Bible
Oh,
is
yeah,
full
his
of people
story.
running into drugs and going, I've seen some shit. That's what the Bible is, man.
Oh, yeah, like the burning bush and all that sort of stuff.
DMT and shit.
Yeah, definitely. But it's mass hypnosis, man.
Who
It's
the
like,
fuck thinks they can split a fucking sea, man? Like, that shit's insane.
I love the... well, see, at my school, right, they had to teach evolution. It was the legal requirement.
I went to a Catholic
But they
school.
also taught creationism theory.
That's retarded.
So, right, the
Actually,
Earth...
that's not... That's probably not a bad idea.
It was,
Throw them
it
both
was
out there,
really
make your
good
choice. Make
because
your choice.
I at the time I justified, like, there's a thing called the flagella motor theory, and
That's cool,
which to me makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
But it's one anomaly in a sea of a billion facts for evolution. But giving us all of it was really good because I have an informed choice. I understand what creationists believe.
That's what I was about to say. It would have been good. Here's the facts.
That part was the only good bit. The rest of it was fucked. But they justify the whole Earth age, how it's 7 days, that they're like God years. So God's years aren't the same as our years.
Of course not.
Right.
So it says a day, but that was in his time span.
Right, so that would mean he'd be living somewhere far away from Earth.
Did he build
'Cause
something
you know how, like-
else before Earth? That doesn't make
Well, no,
sense.
because it's like, the whole theory of like how time works differently across the universe.
Depends
So it's
what-
like, so
depends
he's
what-
somewhere in the universe
depends
where all those
what-
other planets are
what-
Yes.
what-
that are older
depends
than
what
us.
definition of time you run by. You heard that
Fucking
shit?
stupid, eh?
Oh.
But
I had the.
But it's the greatest superhero story of all time.
I've had this run in with my son.
kind of.
I was going to say, I had this happen with my son recently. Last month, he goes to Catholic school, and I have come to terms and accepted the fact that I need to choose my words carefully when I'm speaking to him about it, because I need to give, but also angry at the point that they're getting the first chop at it. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, why do you have
Yeah.
to be? Why do you have to be? Because, like, everyone just says what they believe to the kid anyway. You should be able to say what yours is as well.
That's my point. And
Yeah.
the other person,
Because they're trying to indoctrinate.
the
Why
other
can't you?
person, that's the adult in this equation that
Yeah.
also raises his children.
Yeah.
Has made that choice.
It's good to teach kids morals because stories
So-
like anthropomorphism.
So the way I go through
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
The way I
So-
go through it with him is, or way I did go through it with him was, people do believe that. Rah rah.
It's easier to explain, like, when Nana dies, she's in heaven now.
Yeah.
Rather than
That's what I
she
mean,
doesn't
it's cop-out- it's
exist,
cop-out
she's
shit.
turned into worm food.
Yeah,
So we
but
got-
it's also like just for like what's right and wrong using
that's
those
what- you know,
stories.
It's when you get
That's what I'm
to,
saying.
you should stone gay
Yeah.
people to death with rocks.
yeah,
at the city
exactly.
limits.
It's like what exactly
If
is right and what's
you're-
the hard
Yeah,
one.
it gets to a line. It's like, don't
If
rape,
you're
girl,
raped-
don't rape, don't kill. It's like, oh, I'm liking
Unless-
I'm liking this. I'm liking
unless-
Rape doesn't. Rape isn't in the rape.
You can do it.
If a woman
Is
gets
that what you're saying?
raped,
this. Because rape was
she
all
can.
okay
She has
back
sometimes has. If she's sinned, and she has to marry the person a lot of the
Oh
time.
yeah, well obviously because it was written by dudes.
then. It has to have the kid.
Yeah, it was.
Has to have the kid.
Women aren't allowed to teach.
Yeah.
But just quickly, I'll wrap this up. Son stood up in class, said, I'm an atheist.
Oh, legend.
Mrs. Straight up, hey,
He's been listening to your podcast.
can't. What the fuck have you been saying to him? My words to him were along the lines of, some people believe in that, some people believe in this, some people believe in that. There's a lot of things out there. Take the information in, figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right?
Listen,
Very
have you ever,
responsible parenting.
We watched Cosmos.
Oh, yeah, that'll do
Mr.
it.
Neil deGrasse
Yeah,
Tyson.
You're not going to believe bullshit after you see that.
Anyway, so Mum's up me. I've said I've never said anything. I've always been pretty on the fence, kinda. And then she said, "Well, you've got to find out what it was." So I was like, well, "He's always on fucking YouTube. He might have heard a game. You know, watches all that. Just watches other people play games.
It's good that he's interested in science.
It's insane." Yeah, I asked him straight to his face, "Where'd you hear atheism?" I heard it on online. I was like, "Okay, do you know what it means?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You don't, all right." I was like, "I've never said anything to push you or sway you this way." He's like, "No." I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, no." He's like, "It was that time we sat down and watched Cosmos together, and they showed me how the universe was created." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that shit definitely didn't happen in 7 days." Yeah. That's what he said. He's like, that fucking didn't happen in 7 days, man.
See, well, your son, how old is he?
10.
So
he's already, but
he's 7 years smarter than I was.
He's fucking smart. He doesn't believe in Santa now, so he's using that as bargaining tools to make sure that he gets what he wants from Santa. Or the other two will find out.
You know what? He's bloody whistleblower. That's the problem, isn't it? He's bloody WikiLeaks now.
Motherfucker, you go down, we both go down. Right.
Have you guys ever read about Satanism?
Isn't it very nice?
Listen to this, right?
There's
This is the 11 satanic statements. Do not give your opinions or advice unless you are asked.
I like that.
Do not tell your troubles to others unless you are sure they want to hear them. When in another's lair, basically home, show him respect or else do not go there.
Did they write these themselves?
Yep.
How old is this?
67. If a guest in your lair annoys you, treat him cruelly and without mercy. That's a good one.
I don't know.
If someone comes to your house and disrespects you,
yeah,
fuck that.
It's vague.
That's the beauty of it.
It's vague.
They get used to this. This is how he
Do
is.
not make sexual advances unless you are given the mating signal.
What is that?
So that's a no rape. That's a no to rape.
No to rape, straight
So
up.
Satanism's like no rape.
Yep.
Not if looking at me is my mating signal.
No, it
Well,
says the mating signal.
That's the tall tale sign of a rapist right there.
It says the though. What is the symbol?
This signal, they just flash their
Unlike
pussy.
the Bible, it's very vague.
Yeah.
So do not take that which does not belong to you unless it is a burden to the other person and he cries out to be relieved. So do not take people shit unless you're helping them.
I get that.
Why
but
does he have so many nice rules?
I know. Acknowledge the power of magic if you have employed it successfully to obtain your desires. If you deny the power of magic, so that one's just
That's
like
for
that.
magicians.
I like
That's
that
for
one.
magicians.
Yeah. Do not harm little children. I like that. That's a direct fuck you, Catholic
That's
Church.
a straight away.
What's little?
Or just look, okay, you're fired.
Why did they say that? Shouldn't have just been. Why'd you have to describe a
What,
certain
just
type?
children?
Oh, because teenagers are little cunts.
That's like saying
I work at a
don't-
high school, man.
Yeah,
They're
but you
fun.
said little children. There's
Yeah.
older children.
I know.
Or bigger
There's
children.
bigger children.
But then
There's fat
teenagers.
kids.
You could have just said children. That's
just,
all I'm saying.
Just skinny Ethiopian children.
It's like,
Don't hurt them.
It's like, oh, what's little 8 and below? Yeah, don't fuck with them.
It's awesome, man. Do not kill non-human animals
It's
unless
got a
you're
Robin-
attacked or for food.
It's got a Robin Hood kind of vibe.
I know, but how much better than Christianity is this?
Are you getting I see what's happening
no,
here. You're
it's
falling into
happening
another
again.
one.
I am. It's happening in front of your eyes.
In front of us.
I've got the Satanic Bible. I just find it interesting because it's got nothing to do with. They only called it that because it's like an opposite. It's an opposal to Christianity. It's just a jarring name. They should have picked a different name.
Yeah.
But it's pretty sensible. I think.
I just keep thinking about that. Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing.
You should just rip it off and call it a different religion, and you'll make it mozza.
Yeah,
You gotta give me your.
This is how religions
your
are made.
superannuation.
tax exempt.
Yeah, all donations to me. You can buy my DVDs for $45.
I had a lot of family that went church way. And I went a couple of times and I just watched people that were there were donating 50% of their paycheck every week.
Yep. We had a thing called First Fruits where you donate a week's wage once a year before the end of the financial year.
I'd rather... Fuck, man.
I never did that.
What?
It's awful.
Anyway.
I think we've covered Jesus.
Yeah. What else have you? What else
guy.
would you like from us?
So I want to...
I think we should cover God now.
Yeah.
okay.
So the Holy Ghost.
He's the shitty dad.
Holy Ghost. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, dude, we could do hours on that, because I went deep into that shit.
I was just intrigued though, man.
Yeah.
Can you give me a timeline? So it was 15
Like
to
15
19.
to sort of, yeah, like 19. It was still really deeply in there,
And
but I
then
was getting sex.
But you were getting sex.
I was in a relationship with a chick,
But you
so
weren't
I was
married.
making concessions.
You weren't married.
No, but you start letting
It's a
little
slippery
things.
slope, isn't it?
You start letting little things
Anal
in.
first?
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
A lot of people do that in churches.
I know. Yeah.
Apparently, it's big in
Not
South
me.
America as
Have
well.
you heard that song that it's a chuck off to Garfunkel? It's called Just Sticking on My... No, you probably haven't heard it.
Probably not, no.
Some two girls.
Sounds like my kind of
the
thing.
one funny looking... something in Garfunkel. It's a chuck off for Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, I
And
see.
it's two chicks. And they...
Oh yeah. Garfunkel and Oates.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll do. Yes.
Have you heard that? I'll do it in the butt or whatever it is.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
Yeah, because they're Catholic girls. And
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
God doesn't watch when...
That's
when
exactly.
they get
Yeah.
fucked in the
There's a
arse.
lot of that
Yeah.
going on.
It's a hilarious song. It's great. It's a good film clip too. Fucking...
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good show.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I'm going to do this thing with you guys called Cunty Questions.
Oh,
Right.
yes.
All right.
Cunty questions. Questions.
God fucking damn it!
So we start off with some sort of nice ones, and then they get a lot worse. So, I'll ask you this, Chad.
Oh.
I like to call him Chad. He
Oh,
loves
yeah.
it.
Oh, you have no idea. There's physical knives going into him as you say.
Yeah, I could tell.
Like you have no idea.
I'm
what
not
I'm
good
It's
saying.
about
one of
it
those
now.
What I'm
names
saying.
that you know you've got to mispronounce on purpose.
Mate.
See, you've just
Mate.
lifted the curtain on me because for so long I thought I had a speech impediment.
Yeah, I think you
Like
do.
that's why people were
You can't even
saying
say
it
your own
wrong.
name.
People like
Yeah.
fucking with you.
Because that's the assumption they make though. Because
Chad.
they go Chad, and I'm like, no, it's Shad, and they're like,
I'm wearing
no,
a
it's not.
retainer.
Oh, I was about to
Someone
say,
said to me,
I'd
no, it's
like-
not. And I'm like, okay, so what you're imagining is happening right now is that someone's come to you to order a coffee, right? Had the mental capacity to order a coffee and know what their order was, give you the amount of money to do that full transactional action, but is such a simpleton that they can't get their own name wrong. And when given their correct name, they would then argue against their correct name. That's what you're thinking is happening right
Yeah.
now.
You are right. My
That's
name
beautiful.
is Chad.
Deborah or Barbara, whatever your name is.
Sarah.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Shad, who was your favourite member of the Spice Girls?
Oh.
Oh, I get time for this.
When I was younger, it was Baby Spice.
No,
when-
it's on a scale of 1 to 10.
oh, each one of them.
No, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh,
What?
That's exactly the point.
probably a 7.
There you go. Perfect. I told you they were cunty questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah. True. All
This
right.
will blow his
Keep
mind.
it simple.
One for you, Cher, a.k.a. Bruno, a.k.a. Richo.
Bruno, what?
I like Bruno.
There's a great comic in Perth called Bruno Oliveira. Fucking,
I'll take that
he's
as a
like,
compliment.
he's one of those guys that got up on stage the first time and you're like, this guy's got to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
He's
he was
that
meant to be here.
comfortability on stage.
Yeah.
He just oozes that shit.
Wow.
And he's so filthy. I love it. So, all right, yours, Richo, Cher, whatever, is true or false. What's your favorite movie?
Oh, I'm going with false.
All right, cool. Thank you. Is it a good film?
Yup.
All right, so one for Shad with a big SH
Thank you.
for Shamona.
Or the
Wasn't MJ
voice of Cairns also.
I love MJ.
See, Shad has a little thing that he hasn't said. He gets to practice his comedy muscle every day for work.
Yeah, in the early hours of the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But not everything. Can't do everything. Then you can get up on stage and then use the big boy words.
You can't, yeah, I know.
It's still flexing the muscle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I
It's like
just
people that
flex.
do improv and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, you guys are quite large on the flop, but I'm
I'm a
an
guy.
erect large man.
Yeah, me too. Growing on a show.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
me.
fucking rolling on a show. I'm in that boat.
So this one for you, Shad.
Yeah.
You're put into a detention center for a year.
Racist.
Yes.
Oh,
And I'm gonna
Shad is
torture
brown.
you with music for 10 hours every day.
Yeah.
And you're going to be there for a year, and you've
Yep.
got to choose Mariah Carey's Christmas album,
Ooh.
10 hours a day.
Yup.
Gangnam Style for 10 hours a day,
No.
or Justin Bieber's Baby for 10 hours a day.
Ooh. I'd go Mariah Carey personally.
Oh, nah.
Her
That-
Christmas album,
Christmas album.
10 hours a day.
10
Killer.
hours a day.
Is it about
Killer.
20 tracks?
Killer.
it's too many. However
So it's
many
like an
it is.
hour, the full album an hour, and then an hour later I'd hear the next song again. I'd probably do that.
No, you're
know
hearing
what I
it
do?
constantly for 10 hours a day.
Yeah, I
on
know.
repeat, yeah.
I know that, but
Okay,
it's going
the
through the
longest.
album.
Yeah.
And I work in commercial radio, man. I'm used to listening to the
Yeah.
same song every couple of
That
hours.
was a bad question.
So
to ask this cunt.
I'll
He has
definitely take
been-
the album for 10 hours.
Since he
Okay,
started,
that's a good
since
point.
he started working, he's been conditioning for this.
I've been training for this day.
This is the reasoning I want on
This
the
is
show.
my fucking. This is my moment. That is
Yeah,
Shad.
that's me. I'll survive that
Yeah,
shit. You ain't
all
getting
right.
secrets from
Oh,
me.
okay.
But I tell you what, if you waterball me,
You know-
then it's it.
No, it's
You know what
just
Shad
this.
would say? He'd be like, "You pick, motherfuckers. I'm good."
What would you go, Richo?
Oh, Mariah Carey, bro. That bitch can break glass
Okay.
with her voice, and I would
That's a
break
simple
out
one,
of
though.
the
That's a
window.
very good point.
And I would
I'd-
break out of
I-
the window.
Yeah.
They were all horrible options to me because I hate Christmas carols.
Baby,
But the album would be
baby,
easy to
That's
put
a
up
good
with.
point.
I'd choke myself.
Gangnam Style would
I
No.
can't do it.
I'd kill
My
myself.
kids enjoy
Especially
it. I
because it's
wanted
got
to
that.
punch them.
Just as Bieber's Baby, I feel my penis would fall off after the first day.
I'd cut it off. I'd have to.
You'd become a fan of whatever song you listen to for that 10 hours.
No, you
Alright.
wouldn't. Oh,
Yeah.
you'd Stockholm,
Yeah,
you'd
Stockholm.
Stockholm syndrome it because you
I got another one for you. This one's good.
use it as comfort when you get let go. And
I can't go to sleep. So you come back from the war, and instead of digging a trench, you've just got a boombox with Baby playing on it.
You weren't there, man. You didn't hear those high notes.
It was hard
So-
at first.
You'll like this one. I've got a gun to your head, and I'm going to conduct medical experiments on you. Your body will now only survive if you do one of these things. Otherwise, you'll die, and they're not going to let you die because I'm a sadist.
Okay.
So you have to insert all food anally from now on. All you can eat is your dad's cum,
That's
this
on
is
the
what I
table.
think.
That's on the table.
or you can eat whatever you want, but you've got to have a threesome with Susan Boyle and Kyle Sandilands every day. And old Kyle is really keen on handling your balls.
He's got good. He looks like he's got soft
I
hands.
thought you'd probably lean towards the threesome.
You don't get
Well,
any
he
of the
looks like
money.
he's got soft
that he
hands
has.
for starters, because
He would have
doesn't look
soft
like he's
hands,
worked
good
it out in
point.
his life.
Where he's been sitting behind the...
Eating my dad's cum.
I'm not
like,
going
that's
to
a-
that.
That's a no. You're going to be very deficient in magnesium and vitamin C.
Yeah, true. You get scurvy pretty quick.
You'd be dead. You'd get a cut, a boil that'd turn into a carbuncle,
You're
and
right.
then you'd be like, "Oh no, I'm a pirate because I've got scurvy now."
Yeah.
Okay, so that's off the table.
And
Eat your
anally, I
dad's cum.
still think you probably wouldn't get the
Anally
nutrients you
food-
needed.
I've got hemorrhoids. I couldn't do that.
They're bad.
Yeah,
eh?
they're
Which
awful.
ones? 1, 2, or 3s?
I haven't got them numbered.
Like in
Sort of
rim or
halfway,
out,
I think. On
and
the
you gotta
rim.
push them back in. 'cause
Yeah,
that's
just
what I
got to
got told.
finger yourself. It's not as pleasant as it sounds.
What the fuck?
This is the high quality
This is a
program
struggle. This is,
I've come to enjoy.
Where have we gone?
It's called struggles.
I
That's
can
what
barely
it's called.
reach. We're doing a fist bump. Bunch of white guys fist bumping. What's going on?
At least they're not in the air, right?
I reckon you'd go to the threesome, wouldn't you?
Well,
Well, like you're guaranteed a root every
But
day.
it's Susan Boyle and Kyle Sandilands.
mate,
But
I'll
again,
close-
yeah.
man,
if you
imagine
don't
my
get a hard on-
imagination. I couldn't-
But torture is the other option, isn't it?
You
Or
eat
it
your
is the
dad's
torture.
cum or insert food anally from now on.
Yeah, well, eat whatever you like. That's great.
It is.
Comfort food.
Fucking oath. I'll eat it off
What if he,
while it's happening.
so you can't get it up and he just force feeds you Viagra and then you've just got to wait and then
Oh, yeah, it would be hard. But, I mean, I don't think...
I'm just-
Okay, when do you have to finish the threesome? When Susan gets off or when Kyle gets off?
Or when I get off.
Or when
when-
you get off? Who decides?
when Kyle gets off.
Oh, then, yeah, the
That's the
threesome
most
would be...
fucked up. And you've got to
I'd
get
learn
him
how to
off.
suck dick real quick, I reckon. I'd learn how to suck dick real quick.
Oh, Christ.
No, okay.
Oh, yeah, you just come really good at it. So it's like you whittle it down to only about, it's a 5-minute endeavour.
Get back to my food.
You would get good at it.
Mouth orgasms trump everything.
Slip a finger in his butt, you get him there in 20 seconds.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark. Suzanne
Stab
Boyle's
in the
pussy
dark.
would be warm like any other pussy. And I'd be good. That's good.
You are allowed to cover her head with like a Hessian bag or two, just in case.
I'm allowed to.
Yeah, that's on the table.
So it's optional.
Yeah, it's optional.
I'd like to see her face a couple of times.
Oh, fuck that. Have you seen her?
Expression.
You're not a monster.
You need to know
She
if you-
looks
you
like
need
if
to
a
know if you're
hemorrhoid
hitting the
became a
spot, man.
person.
You ain't gonna
Poor
know
lady.
off a Hessian bag.
She's very talented. I'll give her that.
I reckon she'd
Very
let, you,
talented.
she'd let you know vocally, yeah.
And
Mad breakdown after.
but and her
Yeah.
oh, that's an awful.
Anyway, yeah, I'd
Thought.
choose that shit.
Yeah.
I'd learn to suck dick, and Kyle would be finished in like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
and then I'd
We
go
got a
fuck
sound grab of
Susan.
that out of context, please.
Yeah, I'm going to use
then
that as a sample.
And
every
then I'm going to go
episode.
fuck Susan, all right? So that's how my day goes.
Give us some more samples.
Wicka.
This is going to be on every show from now on. All right. Shad Wicka and Richo with no surname, just like Cher.
Yeah.
Do you believe in love after love? Oh, beautiful.
What did she say next? 'Cause
This is like a
I
cabaret
always get it wrong. I feel something inside myself.
I really don't think it's strong enough. Well, no?
Do you,
I think it's no.
No. You would know.
See? This is
I
what
would
I'm
know,
saying.
yeah.
You would have heard this a bit.
Is it? Do you believe? Is it? Do you believe in love after love?
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's something else.
Yeah, do you believe in
I'm
love
going to
after love?
consult
It's
the
do
oracle
you
just quickly. We need
believe
to
in
sort this
love
out.
After life?
Yeah.
After life.
We played it. We
after
played it
life.
after the same-sex marriage
Or
bill
somebody
came
come up
through.
and said that to me.
We played it when the same-sex marriage bill came through, like a sample when in our first break of the morning. And after the break, I said to my co-host, I was like, that was kind of like... It's a little bit insensitive to be playing Cher, like just assuming that all of the gay people that have just got married now are just massive fans of Cher. It's like we just really did a stereotype there
we
on
went
our
back to
show.
We are all wrong.
Fuck yeah.
All of us are wrong.
Do you believe in...
Do you believe in life after love?
Oh.
Is that what he said?
No, I said love.
I thought you said...
We all thought it, right? I asked because I fucking knew it wasn't
There you
right.
go.
Do you? I thought we all thought.
Can
it
you
was,
play
do
a sample
believe
of it for us?
in
Gee, she
love
doesn't say
after-
love and life.
Do you believe in
Let's
love
have a
after
look.
love? Right? But
Do you believe in life after love? An Australian could never sing that with the Australian accent.
This is a good way
Oh, I
to...
think
Do you believe in life after love?
This is a good song to close out the show.
Also,
Last band
so
I had on was a metal
transgender.
band. Now we're playing
So
Cher.
even more.
Yeah.
Even more fucking worse for you.
Yeah, it was
Life
really
after
stereotyping an entire community. I feel really bad about that. Sorry,
That's
sorry,
saying all right
guys.
steel. That's terrible, Shad.
This has got the lyrics programmed in. So we can watch this happen, this discovery.
Because you're used to it.
But this would have been a belter. Like if you were like clubbing when this first came out, like this would have been huge.
Was this when
You
she
know
was
what I
on
mean?
the Navy boat?
No, that was
Also, can we
She was
just
in the
address
leather
the fact that
straps.
we were all wrong and how
yeah.
long this song
Which
has been
we
out?
are right now, literally
how
doing
long
exactly
the song,
that.
How long the song has been out for?
Yeah. Well, she was breaking ground back then with auto-tune, wasn't she?
She broke through. She reckons she couldn't. Righto, T-Pain, get the fuck out of here.
They don't do. Oh.
Gonna be the only one.
Yeah.
In life after life.
Oh, I can hear it now.
Of course you can.
She speaks to me.
It's like when someone tells you.
I feel like it's another one of those. It's from an era when they used to finish movies with a song. Remember those days? When they'd finish movies with a song and it would freeze frame? And everyone would be like, yeah! Back when movies finished positively.
We've all been proved wrong. That's the most important thing I think people can learn from today.
Is
Do you
accepting
believe
it
in
and
life
moving
after
on.
love?
Yeah.
We need to accept it. We've all been wrong all this time.
Are you about to sign us up to a Born Again Christian? I feel like this is what they use.
You know, I
Yeah,
reckon,
and if you want to learn about
You know what the-
Christianity,
you know what the lyrics mean to me now? Do
Give
you
me a ring.
believe in right after wrong? That's what I
yeah.
think.
I think
Do you
we've learnt
believe
that,
in
yeah.
right after wrong.
Wise words
that's
to live
very
by.
good. That's a very good parody.
that's you could be the positive comic, just getting everyone amped about their
Yeah.
lives, like the Tony Robbins
Oh,
of
yeah.
stand-up.
Yeah.
I've been
It'd
dead
be-
ins-
it'd
I've
be
been
a-
dead inside for too long to tap into that. Jesus.
All right. Thank you very much, Shad Wicka and
Richo.
Richo.
Thanks you, man.
Thanks for
having us.
listening.
Hypermanic Noise.